Right, people, this is how I didn't make anything. Got one break even and faded four bangers today. The Nasdaq smoking on that ass crack. Right, coming into the day, you might think, what is all this? So we will just walk you through it. Right, coming into the day, what do we have? We've got an untapped hourly. However, we did tap into it on ES prior on the candle before. So that was sort of a draw on liquidity. We also had a bearish SMT off of yesterday's London high, which ended up getting swept at about 8 p.m. last night. At 6 p.m. Anyway, dropping down to the 15-minute, we can see coming into the day, we're sort of just ranging throughout London. Created the SMT inside of a bearish 1 hour that we inversed, came back, and we're respecting off of with the SMT. So drop down to the 5-minute, market opens. Sorry, the 1 minute. Market opens, we manipulate up. Is there an SMT off of this? Oh, mate. Genuinely. Reset chart view. Remove 32 drawings. Remove them. I can remove them. Jesus Christ. Right. Market opens. What happens? Well, we've got the high time frame SMT. Market opens, proceeds to pump about 80 points. We then come back down into, was this into a gap? Yes, so into a bullish 15-minute is where we manipulated into. We didn't have the 15-minute on ES. We did have an external SMT at the lows. That there. Drop down to the 1 minute. Oh, we didn't at this time of Oh, boys, I don't know what's going on. Okay, anyway, right. So we sort of range for a little bit. We get an internal SMT inside of the 15-minute gap. Just to mark that here. Internal SMT inside of the gap. Also, I'm mixing together fib levels, right? So, bit weird, but I believe off the SMT to here, yes. Stop it. That's the 79% extension for the level. We came down, touched the 79% extension with the internal SMT, and then proceeded to have, was it a 30-second or a... No, see, this first trade, the 15-second inversion to the upside, right? That's all we had. So external SMT, internal SMT, inside of a higher time frame PDRA with the 79% extension. And I think that's going to be my model. Taking the model that I'd been learning previously and sort of making it into my own one. When we touch the fib, why did I fade this? Could have taken it for 25 points to 50 points. Would have been done in 15 seconds, right? Why did I not take this? Well, if we zoom out, we had unfilled 30 second, unfilled 30 second. Go even higher, uninversed 1 minute, 1 minute. So many gaps above. That could have, oh my god, I'm in the wrong fucking trade. Right, why did I fade this one? Oh my lord, sorry boys. What am I doing? Yes, no, okay, right, I remember this. Obviously it was like 20 minutes ago. So we had this 30-second that we inversed. Would have entered off this, however, there was the 1 minute above. Like, this massive fucking 1 minute. Who's gonna take this? Anyway, I nearly did. I'm glad I didn't, because we dropped down this bearable back. Where the fuck was this from? I do not have a clue. See, this is what I hate. I hate this shit. There we go, 30 seconds. Right, let's lock that before I start moving it again. We then, why did I fade this the first time? Because the 1 minute above. And we still have a 79% extension below us. We did, at this time, have the internal SMT. but we hadn't swept. You're right, Dad. Okay. And then we got the internal SMT after the sweep. Why did I fade it the second time? There was no gaps to inverse on the way up. Now, after reviewing this, we could have entered off of the re-inverse of the 30 second. However, with a 25-point stop, which is normally what we go for, we would have been stopped out within the next candle before it running like hundreds of points, right? Okay, next entry, we were looking for shorts because obviously bias of the day, still looking for that 1 hour. So, drop down to the 1 minute, it might give me some inspiration. Gotten rid of all my drawings, I have no fucking clue where I am. Okay, well, I'll show you the most recent one that I've faded, okay? That'd probably be best. So, bearish 1 hour. We get into there, right? Bearish 1 hour gets tapped instantly. Instantly pumps. Like literally, this is the 30-second time frame. We touch it and we pump hundreds of points. Why? I have no idea. There was an SMT in there. We didn't get any inversed gap. Okay? Nothing. We touched it, bang, straight up. So, on the 5 minute, we were looking at this 5 minute that got created, which we ended up manipulating into after sweeping previous day high. Take that what you will, which is why I didn't end up taking this. What was the trade I got break even on? I'm going insane. I'll run you through this one and then I'll pause it and figure out where the other one was, right? So, come down into the 5 minute. This also swept the 50% fib level, right? So, came down on NQ, 50% fib level. We then would have been a perfect trade. However, we had no SMTs. We had an SMT at the lows. We didn't have an internal one. I was waiting for this to get swept, and that would have been an SMT. But it didn't, and we ended up just inversing the 1 minute, inversed a 30-second. So what could you have taken this for? Entered here. 25-point stop. 50-point profit. Would have netted you a 1 to 2, maybe even a 1 to 3 if you would have held. But I didn't because no internal SMT, which is why I faded it. Now, I'm going to have a look at the short that I took, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, right, I found it. So this is a 5 minute bearish gap that we created with an SMTs at the highs after sweeping previous day high, which led to us coming down, retracing into the 5 minute gap. Also a fib level. Oh no, nearly a fib level. I remember, yeah, nearly, not quite. So that's the 50% extension. And my thought process behind this was that we likely swept the 50% extension on NQ. Sometimes we just wick it on MNQ, or like, what's this, like 1 point away from 50% extension, followed by a 30-second inversed gap here, which is what we entered off of. Break even at this 30-second low. Now, what mistake did I make for this? Why did I go break even at the 30-second low? Well, as you can see, before even getting into the trade, we had swept, ES had swept our main target before we even got into the trade. Our break even point, ES had already swept it. So if I'd have left it to this 1 minute low, yes, we wouldn't have gone break even here. We would have come back up into drawdown and then proceeded to go to full take profit, which was 65 points, targeting the unfilled hourly. Now, am I a bit annoyed at this trade? A little bit, because I had a lot of conviction in it, and we had external SMC sweeper previous day high targeting an unfilled 1 hour to continue the bullish trend. It would have been good, but unfortunately, it doesn't always go our way. I went break even after we swept here, got tapped break even, ran into, I don't know why it came back up here before it proceeded to just absolutely fucking Trump dump, but it did. So yeah, what are we looking at now? We've actually created a bullish 15-minute gap. So that's why hence why I'm not locked out on the day, because I still believe we could catch a little saying. Because also, what is there a fib level in this gap? Yes. So we'll mark out the 50% extension of this leg. Go down to the 1 minute. So yeah, this is the bullish 15-minute that opened up. That is the 50% extension. We'll get rid of everything that we don't need. But yeah, we've got an SMT at the lows. When did you realize Vienna way? I got Vienna by Billy Joel stuck in my head. SMT inside of this bullish 1 hour. SMT, and then all we'd need would be an internal SMT inside of this 15-minute bullish gap, followed by 30-second or 1 minute inversion to the upside. So we're not finished on the day. Hopefully we can get an SMT off of either this low or this 1 minute low for an internal, followed by a tap of the 50% extension. So actually, yeah, hopefully NQ comes down, sweeps out this. Is that a premium 5 minute? It's also a premium 5 minute that has been tapped into. So would be unbelievable. 50% extension, premium 5 minute, and an SMT off of that low, making ES rebalance the entire fair value gap as well. Would be very good. So I don't know. I mean, hey, I've got fast Wi-Fi. We may as well just stay here, see if we catch it. If not, I'm fully done on the day because heads all over the gaff. I know exactly what I want to see. Targeting just these low resistance highs to continue the bullish trend up. As you see, we've broke structure to the upside, came down, retested a bullish gap, and are respecting it. We've swapped to bullish structure. Whether that is rejection from, who knows, daily order block. Is that 4 hour? 4 hour? Is there a 4 hour SMT? No, so we swept both of those. Okay. So what we are correcting off of, not 100%, but we are continuing the trend up. So that's good, isn't it? Yeah, I'd like to see price come down, hit the 50% extension level, wick through and create an SMT off of this low, preceded by a 30-second inversion to the upside. I'll have to put Vienna on. But yeah, that's why we're not locked out, because I still believe we could get something today, whether it's just another winning day. I don't know, I need 2 more, and then I am eligible to withdraw another payout, which will be ideal. Plus, I mean, it's getting quite late into the day. It's what, 15:49. I never normally trade this late. There's always normally a banger. So yeah, if we were to take, it would be something like this. Yeah, 50 points, or we could even take it to there. 25 point stop. Could take it to a 1 to 4 if we want to target these highs, which is what I think I'm going to start doing. Because like the winning days are all right now, I'm just going to set break even to a winning day, and just let it run. So if it does go that way, if not, we get stopped out, we lose. That's just how it goes. So yeah, if you want to skip forward to see if we take anything. If not, if we just decide to boom up from here, no stress, no biggie. We did just inverse a 5 minute, but some might say that is just to get to the 15 minutes, so it's no stress. It doesn't mean that we're changing to bearish structure on the higher time frame, just the lower time frame to get to where the higher time frame wants us to be, which is a common mistake a lot of people use. Especially with trading. It's like, oh no, we just inversed a 5. All of a sudden, we're fully bearish. No, we had to inverse the 5 to get to the 15 minutes, to get to the 1 hour, to get to, you got to think bigger picture. Higher time frames always hold more power. And that's just the way life goes. Unless we just laugh about and do niche. But I'm going to go to the toilet. So I'll come back and we'll see what's occurring. What the fuck are we doing? Are we retesting the inverse 5? What? Am I going stupid? Did we not inverse a 5 minute? Did I go to the 3 minute instead? Oh, for fuck's sake, I went to the... Oh, we didn't even inverse a bearish 5. Still a 15 minute gap, yeah. Trade's still on that Donkey Kong unless we sweep the high. Unless one of the indexes comes up here. Trade's still on. What's everyone been doing with their day? I'm vlogging today. Or I did do. I went and hit legs. So that was brilliant. People don't understand this is what the majority of trading is. It's just fucking boring. It's just waiting around. Like once you're profitable, in my opinion, you're just waiting for stuff to happen. There's no need to force anything. That, as you can see, I'll go to trade statistics. One trade. Okay? One bloody trade. And that was that break even one. Yeah, if we sweep this high, I might call it a day. Unless we get an SMT off it. Then why would we want an SMT off of that? If not, could react off of this 5 minute. However, got a bearish SMT off of that because ES hasn't swept it. Bearish SMT off of that because ES hasn't swept it. But we are continuing bullish structure, so it might just be that Nasdaq's the leading index. We're gonna go down. Baby, are you down, 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 down? Come on. But I do think pairing the model I use, which is external, internal SMT, strong draw on liquidity, with manipulation into a high time frame PD array, with an internal SMT targeting, like with an inverse gap towards your bias. Match that with a fib level, you'll find the most probable point of retrace for a continuation. Come on. We're going to be going into PM sessions here. Well, not really, we've got another hour, but I might pause the stream and stream and just pick it back up if we get anything. So, see you in a minute. Both indexes swept out the highs. What are you gonna do, man? We didn't create a 5 minute gap. Didn't create a new 15-minute gap. New hourly candle. Nice, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what. Hold on. Did Trump just tweet? What the fuck just happened? Yeah, casually pump 80 points, mate. What? 103, 105, 108. Oh, I don't know how jigs are. We do also have FOMC tonight, which is at 7, which is why I was not expecting too much. Yeah, casual. Anyway, right, thank you for joining me on this bloody episode. One faded banger, one break even, another faded banger, all on the lower time frame. Overall, strange day. Why the fuck we've just decided to pump? I was waiting for ES to manipulate into this 5 minute that it created, get an internal SMT off it, and then react higher. That unbelievable. Anyway, locked out. Here's what we're sitting at on the week. Only 239 on the week. Oh, that's fine. We've still got Thursday and Friday. I also bought an Alpha account. I haven't figured out how to log into it yet because they won't send me a password reset. I've requested one like 10 times and they just won't send it to me. So I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, thank you for joining me. See you tomorrow.